Well, folks, Carl Valer with Son of Fun Radio reporting for Stuck Mike Avcast. We're here at Sebring 2018 U.S. Sport Aviation Expo. Actually standing in front of a aircraft that, well, you know, it's not a light sport. We're at Dash.org's aircraft right here, and we're going to talk a little bit about Dash and then about the aircraft. And it's sleek, it's fast, but joining me today is somebody who actually gets to fly this thing. And tell us a little bit about the aircraft and yourself.
So the aircraft that I'm flying today starts out as a Czechoslovakian L-39. We do participate and we race at the Reno National Air Races. So we exceed the normal standard L-39 parameters by about 150 miles per hour through lighting up the airframe, as well as utilization of carbon fiber wingtips and other aerodynamic improvements. So I'm blessed with the ability to race this airplane at 500 miles an hour at 50 feet in a pack of 8 other airplanes.
So this isn't quite the sport aircraft, but it sure is a lot of fun, and it's awesome to watch you up there and racing and seeing this in the air. Just to give you a picture, Dash.org has actually placed some really cool stickers and paint jobs on here. It's really digital because you're into digital cash. Tell us a little bit about Dash.org and digital cash. Give us a little primer.
Perfect. Yeah. So Dash.org is where you can go to get some information, as well as dashforcenews.com. And what it is Dash is a digital cash. It's just like it sounds. It's being able to exchange goods and services without having to have what we call fiat currency or local papers or coins or anything like that. It lives on your laptop, your computer. There's what's called private keys, so it can't be copied. The encryption has never been broken. Matter of fact, the more you learn about the encryption, you see as time goes on, it becomes more secure as time goes on and the more utilization it has. So Dash is most people have heard about Bitcoin, and Bitcoin was a great thing that came out. Just like anything in the pilot community we talk about, that's the A model, right? As we say, don't fly the A model. Well, Dash is the later and greater technology. It's at least the B, if not the C and D model of its generation. So we start with the Bitcoin technology, and through a different funding process and governance process, we actually have a foundation that steers this into the right place. We have formed a Dash Digital Cash payment system. It's the fastest payment system on the planet, supporting me to be the fastest race pilot on the planet. That's how we take care of the marketing side. Obviously, it is an air show plane, it's a race plane, but something really specific here in Sebring is the merchants. And that's really why we're here. We're boots on the ground here to introduce our product to the different merchants, to the Garmins, to the different aircraft manufacturers, because there's a lot of people that have invested in digital currency that have a lot of disposable money or money that they want to utilize. And Dash Digital Cash allows you to do that. Our payment process, instead of taking 3.5% for a Visa or MasterCard swipe, is less than a penny. And it'll stay less than a penny. There's a governance process already in place that if it tries to go above a penny, we'll adjust the algorithm so that it actually reduces it back below a penny. We're not here to try and make money. We're here to try and benefit the community, benefit society, and return money into the small business owner's hands.
The sweet sound of jet fuel going through an engine. You know, one of the things that Dash does very quickly, and that's why we have a jet in front of us, is actually do those transactions on the web, but also privately, right?
Correct.
Using branch chain technology. Tell us a little bit about why that's important.
Yeah, so blockchain technology is actually a revolutionary item that it's arguably as important as the microprocessor and the circuit board, because of the way that it's developed. It came out, there's a lot of debate who came up with it, but the technology is there. And if you talk to most financial experts, they'll be the first one to tell you that Bitcoin's cool, but blockchain, which is the technology that Bitcoin is developed on, that's really the aspect that will benefit society through smart contracts, these currency processes, automatic transfers, and just like you said, now we can be completely open and transparent because that's what business wants. But you as an individual, we provide you the right to exchange between you and I standing here, the ability to do what we call private send. And we can send money just as if it was a US dollar or a euro changing hands person to person. We allow that transaction to happen. Not only that, but there's no other technology in this space right now that can even touch us. The average transaction or block is about 2.5 minutes. Bitcoin is actually over 10 minutes, sometimes even into the hours. To send $20 of Bitcoin right now costs $14. I know from for a fact and from personal experience to send $200,000 of Dash cost less than a penny, and it arrived on the other side of the planet in 1.3 seconds.
So what does that mean for me, for the small business? How does this affect me?
So as you come into the Dash ecosystem, you now start accepting cash, credit card, and Dash. Now, cash, of course, we don't want to stand in the way of that. Okay, that's your right that's you as a small business owner. Now, the Visa and Mastercard, they've done a great job, but they also expect their VIG, right? They want their 3.5%. I always talk about, I was a small business owner. My normal transaction was about $10,000. You and I are standing less than 2 feet apart from each other. If you said, I want to pay for that, Scott, and I want to pay with this credit card, guess what? That $10,000 is going to come to me minus $350. Instead, what Dash allows me to do as a small business owner is actually accept the payment from you, pay less than a penny. So when you send the $10,000, I'm getting the full $10,000. That extra $350 per transaction allows me to go out and build my business to a higher extent, allows me to market, allows me to put more inventory, allows me to hire. You see how it becomes the entire ecosystem of Dash starts benefiting society. I really think that's what's exciting here. Yes, we're sponsored by them. We're excited to fly for them. But as you can tell, besides the flying portion, I believe in the mission statement of Dash.org.
You're really democratizing monetary policy almost. This is just awesome.
I'm glad that you even said that, because that's exactly what we're doing. Is we're putting the monetary system back into the small business owner, the individual, and the individual's right to utilize it as they see without being manipulated by a central organization.
Before we talk about the airplane, Dash.org, they can find out more for the small business person that wants to get involved. Can they talk to somebody that's got questions?
Of course they can. So Dash.org, we have systems that if you go on there, you can actually have contacts. Another one is DashForceNews.com, and there's actually a large portion of content creators in there. That is, if you send in a contact, we'll answer your question. There's Dash Nation on Discord. Most people are starting to become familiar with that. Join Dash Discord. You'll talk to me one-on-one. I'm on there all the time, because not only is this my job, but it's also my passion. So I'm trying to be integral to the community and help promote as much as we can the utilization of Dash.
Well, we can't leave you without talking about this awesome airplane out here, that's for sure. You're into racing with the L-39. Tell us a little bit about the plane, first of all. The model, how the year and how fast it goes. I know you said that, the power behind it.
Yeah, so it starts out, like I said, in life as a Czechoslovakian L-39. We lighten it up. We've taken off the fuel tanks. We've put carbon fiber modifications for the aerodynamics. We're exceeding the original parameters by 150 miles an hour, but it's such a stout, easy to maintain aircraft. Of course, it starts as a Czechoslovakian. We do get a little bit of heat at the U.S. air shows regarding this, but you got to remember, it's kind of a spoils of war type of situation. Capitalism won. Therefore, we were able to buy some of these products that are great at a great price. Not only that, but the Czechoslovakian and the old world Eastern European technology, they make it so that if you can maintain a farm tractor, you can almost maintain this jet. We have a great crew chief, but for the amount of time that I spend in the air, a U.S. product just was not feasible to operate, because for every hour in the flight, I would have to use about 10 to 12 hours of maintenance, right? We cross this country from coast to coast all year long, trying to spread the word of Dash, and by that, we need to be able to get several hours of flight time for every hour of maintenance.
So the Dash.org L-39, are we going to see that in the air today?
I believe we are scheduled through, I don't know about today, but I believe that we're scheduled throughout the week to do some flybys with the extra 330, our counterpart here from the International Aerobatic Association, and we're going to do some flybys. We've got some smoke. We'll keep everything nice for the crowd.
How about with as far as flying this aircraft? Some people don't know that there's racing with an L-39. How in the world do you get involved in racing an L-39? We can't wait to see you there, and that's actually, if we get a chance, at Dash.org, we can find out more about the aircraft and where you're performing too. And also, the International Aerobatics Club, boy, they're awesome. They're terrific people. A lot of people are thinking right now, guys, I don't know if I could get into this, because they see you flying this jet, but you started not in this jet. You started, like you said, in your own garage.
Well, not only that, I mean, we have to go back to the first premise, as I like to tell other people, is start with your passion and your fortune will follow. I've never started anything in my life, and I really mean that. I've never started anything in my life with how much money can I make at that. I've started out with going, I really want to do that. That's really what I want to do. And that started when I was 15 years old and I rode my bike to the airport to start washing airplanes to try and get some radio time in the right seat. Radio time turned into some nice gentlemen that said, hey kid, why don't you go ahead and take the controls now? So all the way from taking the controls in a Cardinal after riding my bike to the airport and washing airplanes to being the captain on an Airbus 321 and racing jets at 500 miles an hour at 50 feet, all of it came from chasing my passion. Now, when you say people can't come with us, at Sun and Fun and currently at this event right now, we have a virtual reality experience. We have a IMAX quality 360 camera that we placed in the back seat. I do some cloud surfing, and I also do some low-level flying. We also have content regarding the racing and some aerobatic from an air show routine. So if you come out to any of our events, you come out, we'll strap you into one of our 2 ejection seats here, place the goggles on top of you, and you will actually get to come with us and go flying. You can see what it is firsthand.
Well, that's awesome. It's always nice to hear someone who's followed their passion in life. I'm also host of Aviation Careers Podcast, and we talk to people all the time about following their passion. It all starts at an airport, like you, the kid riding to the airport, wanting to get some time on the radio. And then all of a sudden you're here, you're flying this jet, you're flying an airliner. And if someone's, thinking about this right now, wanting to get into flying as a hobby or flying as a career, it all starts with getting in a small airplane, doesn't it?
It sure does. It starts, like I said, you have to walk before you run. And the first thing that you do is go out and you start hanging out at the airport, or you go to the EAA, the Experimental Aircraft Association, or you join AOPA, and you start getting involved in the community. And one thing that I've realized in this community that's really helped me out is when you ask for help and you show that you're willing to help yourself at the same time, there's an endless amount of support from the aviation community. There's so many people like myself that are just so blessed to be where we're at that I jump at the chance to try and assist and help anybody coming up through the ranks.
Guys, this has been terrific. Tell us where they can find out about you on the internet and where they can speak to you online.
Sounds good. In Facebook, it's Dash Aerosports. On Instagram, it's Dash Aerosports as well. But like I said, if you go to dashforcenews.com or dash.org, you'll be able to get some information on our product. And we're happy to see you guys at the events, and we look forward to introducing you not only to the flight team, what we do, the jets, but we'd like to also introduce you to the ability of Dash.
That's a sweet sound of the Ford tri-motor going by right now. Wow, that is terrific. We're sitting here in front of a jet with a Ford tri-motor in the background, jumping generations of aircraft, aren't we?
That's just a piece of history flying away from the ground right now. It's beautiful.
Well, right here at the Sport Aviation Expo in 2018 at Sebring, you can run into a lot of different aircraft, and old aircraft, and also something new, people flying them, passionate people like yourself. Scott Farnsworth from Dash.org, it's been terrific speaking with you. You've been somebody who's passionate, you're inspirational, and we can't wait to watch you fly this thing.
It's a pleasure, and thank you for the privilege of being here and being able to show people what we do and what we believe in.
Well, this is Carl Valeri reporting here for Stuck Mike Avcast and Sun and Fun Radio, Sebring 2018. It's a chilly morning, but it's going to warm up, so come by and check it out this week.